Now, if Charlie Lidyard was the youngest player at the finals, then this man, John O'Dea, was the oldest. But the septuagenarian was happy to demonstrate the value of experience over youth.
What a shot.
Would John be in contention come the end of the day? Back to the first tee and the other end of the age spectrum once again as 21-year-old Ross Hyam, another qualifier from the Bucks, began his round. It was a bit of a Hyam family day out. Brother Luke was on his bag and Dad also followed in the gallery. For our defending champion John Lynch, however, the Trilby Tour axe was about to fall, and in stark contrast to his genius from 2008, it seemed only right to show that John is human after all. And this footage is being sent to David Ledbetter immediately after the final for his comments. The big New Zealander, Brett Pardo, who qualified through to the final at Moortown, was looking a little pensive after his first tee shot. But he needn't have worried, and pretty soon the Kiwi was flying out on the course and building a seriously competitive total. The demands of the London club were evident all day, but here at the par 3 11th, one of the designated playoff holes by the way, Mark Stanton produced one of the shots of the day. Shame it was for bogey. Another contender for the shot of the day came from one of the Irish players that qualified at Moortown, Tom Muldoon. Tommy, take a bow. Gary Smith is a quality player with great skills, and he was certainly down as a possible winner. But in the end, missed putts were proving costly, and he wasn't the only player to feel that he'd left more than just a handful of shots out on the course. For another Smith, Martin this time, that reload off the first tee didn't stop him making a potentially competitive score. This putt was for 33 points and the clubhouse lead. But would the early bird catch the playoff worm? That was the big question. Here's Martin.
I've been here since 7 o'clock this morning, set my alarm for 3:45 this morning. I'm still up, still awake just, and we'll see what happens. A little way to go yet.
In Ross Hyam's group was Hertfordshire-based player Colin Howard. Playing off 5, Colin was matching Hyam hole for hole, and the two players looked to be driving each other on to a decent total. For Brett Pardo, the front 9 went very well indeed, crowned by this dream of a shot over the water at the 5th. And if he could keep the nightmares off his card, he was looking odds-on for a playoff place. Kevin Commins in the blue and white stripes congratulating the man he beat at Moortown. 33 was leading when Charlie Lidyard arrived at the 18th green, so he was definitely guaranteed top spot, but by how much? Well, that question was soon answered with this exquisite putt to set the mark at 37 points. A great round from the teenager, and we caught up with the new clubhouse leader after his round.
It was good actually. Had the better side of the draw, teeing off at 7:15, which was pretty good. Just got off to a decent start, and hit the ball very well.
Good.
In a few putts.
What do you think was your strength today?
I'd say driving and sort of the putting was good today. Caddy as well, of course.
And
had the right numbers.
you two good pals?
Yeah, we both at the golf club together, so
You play a lot together?
yeah,
Quite a bit.
take his money most of the time, but
That's what he said.
So does that mean it was actually quite helpful having him out there with reeds and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, because he's played the course before as well, so helping me on the putts.
For Higham and Howard, Ross and Colin that is, their rounds continued to be tidy if not spectacular. Putts on surfaces as speedy as those at the London club have to be made. Ross Higham then, with more points in the bag. And then under the watchful gaze of the third player in this group, Edward Barry Walsh, Colin Howard followed a similar line to that of Ross. Up the hill to keep his nose in front. Now, what a difference a year makes. Last year's Trilby Tour playoff heroes George Crowe and Lee Baker legged it to the clubhouse after scoring in the high 20s but missing out this time around. John Lynch, the defending champion, also failed to make it. But we'll see John on the panel with Lee Sharp later on today, so technically he'll still appear in the playoff. What a frustrating day it was for Jason Newton. This putt knocked out all of the players on 31, making 32 the new minimum standard. But it was a total Jason seemed to know was going to be under threat, with half the field still to finish. It was all looking good for Ross Higham at the 18th when he teed off with 33 points to his name, only to blob the last hole. So Newton's score had been beaten, but only just, and what should have been a VIP pass to the playoff for Ross down the last turned into an agonising wait. As for his playing partner Colin Howard, there was no such trouble. A solid par down the murderous 18th to put him right into the top four. Gary Smith did rue those missed opportunities in the end, but he made this putt to at least take the other Smith, Martin, and Ross Higham into a shootout to make the playoff. And then one more player joined them on 33 points, Omar Butt. So with Charlie Lidyard and Colin Howard through to the playoff by right, that meant that 4 players were going to shoot out for 2 places, with Omar in the thick of it.
A couple more groups to come in. You're on 33 points, which is there or thereabouts. How are the nerves?
On the borderline, I think. It just depends really on the last group. 33 is up there. Just have to wait and see, I think. That's it. A bit nervy, but it's alright.
I understand that if there's not a clear-cut 4, you're having a closest to a pin competition. Do you know that?
Yeah, I was told that just now, so ready for it.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, just go for it really. I mean, I'm just going to go out there, pick my yardage, pick my club and just hit it. I mean, hope for the best.
The odds were soon slashed for the shootout boys though, by the Kiwi Brett Pardo, who troubled the fine Trilby Tour leaderboard with 36 points, putting him right up there in the top 4.
You still managed to post what is an excellent score for these conditions.
Yeah, not bad. I'm used to playing in the wind, so like at White Ridge with